Set a collision course for adventure. This is Cosmopunk.
Glitch, a Starfinder in D&D 5e homebrew story, featuring the crew of the Leica 7.
I am Pan, and I play Baphomet, Captain of the Leica 7, displaced galactic idol, now in the body of a kobold android mystic, and determined to get it all back one way or another.
Hi, I'm RJ, and I play V the Vesk, who's the Leica 7's resident designer, mechanic, and over-enthusiastic van owner. They also have a drone familiar called Flyby.
Hey, I'm Cypher, and I play a small punky Yosoki otter named Ryder, operative and pilot of the Leica 7.
Hello, I'm Ty, and I play Radar, a cyborg coyote engineer and weapons officer aboard the Leica 7.
And I am Fringe, guest game master. As Nya recovers from their paralyzing discovery and collects a cursed crystal used to enrage the golem, Pandora receives an orb from Damien, used to find the captain of Camp Hummingbird, Captain Mayor. Nya and Felix go on ahead to the forest to try and hunt down the trail of Zool, before discovering many of the runes used to keep the undead contained were destroyed. They rejoin Pandora and Krull in tracking down Zool, but lose the scent. The party then resorts to following the orb deep into the forest. During their journey, Nya becomes dizzy for a few moments before ahead of them, the crashed Leica 7 on Slipstream appeared along with figures of the crew. Unnerved by the vision, the party continues on before making camp in a rock alcove. During Krull's watch, the world literally turns upside down, trying to send him flying into the air, before Felix dispatches the creature with an arrow to the face. Finally, as Pandora takes the final watch, a headache washes over her before a door appears. With help of Nya and a rope, she takes a step over the threshold. Chapter 14. Don't follow the light. Alright, you walk in, the rope tied to your waist, and you're looking up and down this hallway. Give me some perception checks, please.
As she's looking around with her whole 9 perception roll, she's going to be saying out, Dave, are you here? Let's talk.
You hear a voice. It stirs a memory in your mind. Baphomet, come here, girl. Where are you? Darling?
She actually moves towards the sound.
He's coming from one of the doors, 3 doors down from where you are. Do you wish to open it?
Yeah, she opens it.
Alright, you slowly turn the handle and open it. Looks like you're standing inside an entryway to a house or something. You're not entirely sure. There's an open door on the other side, and there's a bright light hiding a silhouette. And as you're looking at this silhouette, there's another figure that's trotting towards the figure at the door. The figure looks extremely familiar. It's Baphomet, little kobold. You.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm gonna, can she see me? Is she react to me?
It seems to be that she doesn't notice you, and she's heading straight for the silhouette in the light.
Okay, well, knowing then that she can't notice me, waving my hand or whatever, I guess I'll just follow her.
Alright, you feel the rope, though, getting tighter as you're starting to lose, it's only 10 feet or so. You get a little bit closer, and you see the figure kneel down. He has a suitcase at his side. It's like, there you are, darling. I'm afraid I have to go now. They're going to come after me, protecting you. So, you be good, alright? And as the light starts dimming a bit, you see the features of this Birdman. He's wearing a nice outfit with a nice suitcase, but the features are kind of blurry because the light is making it hard to see. He places both his hands on Cobalt's shoulder, and you can see a tear streak as the light catches his glasses for a moment as well, because of reflection.
Baphomet pulls, if the rope's tight, she pulls hard to get to this figure who she recognizes.
And yeah, you hear your sword go clank, clank. as the rope's being pulled tighter.
I'm going to poke my head in the door. What? Are you trying to... Do you want me to untie you, or are you being magicked away to a different realm? Pan!
Carl, is that Carl?
Oh. No, that's quite enough of that. I'm going to start yanking the rope to...
Soon the room gets darker and darker.
I'm here. I'm back. Carl.
And soon you feel yourself being pulled back hard. Like, it's not the rope itself that's pulling you. You feel a force just yanking you from behind. And you're being pulled back into the hallway. And down the hallway towards the open door before you are flinged out the door and the door slams shut. And the door disintegrates.
But Pandora forced her and starts crying.
Damn.
What the heck happened to you?
Please, leave me alone.
Yeah, slightly concerned, because from their perspective, Bath just went into the Uki door, started muttering about someone that V and Nya have never met before, got pulled out, and then started crying immediately.
Could they hear Bath in the doorway?
They could hear Baphomet talking, saying a name, but they couldn't. They wouldn't have been able to hear the other thing, so they stuck their head in later.
She quietly takes up her sword and goes and sits in the rock. Go to sleep now. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, I mean, you sure you're right?
Go to sleep, yeah.
Okay. Just poke me when it's my turn to be up. Nya's concerned now. They're not quite sure if Pan is in a fit state to be guard, if they're that emotionally broken up about whatever they saw inside there.
She's not like wailing. She's just like having a little stop.
Mm-hmm.
You have become emotionally compromised. Yeah.
It's always emotionally compromised.
All right.
But Nya's sleepy compromised, so...
No, well, she'll keep up her watch until the end of it and then switch with Nya.
Well, it'll be morning by the time.
Yeah, got out of doing watch.
Then that's fine.
I'm the smartest cat ever catted.
Pandora. As the night stretches on, you notice that the little wisps start disappearing one by one. And then you notice that it's getting brighter and brighter as dawn has come. What do you do?
Yeah, she'll wake up the others, kick out the fire, all the usual stuff.
That was a shit night's sleep.
To a cave. Oh, wait, we did.
Did any of you see anything weird?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, you, in the middle of the night,
Not
got
you,
up.
Nya.
Kroll developed the power of flight.
Wait, what? When did that happen?
So yeah, we all recap. We all say what happened, except for Pan, I'm guessing, because that's a very tender memory.
Yeah, also nobody would know what she's talking about, I think. I think she would probably, after a while, she would say, I saw my I guess you'd say caregiver, I suppose. I don't know what you'd call it. He was a friend, and I'm gonna take a walk, actually, guys. Just
You sure that's safe?
yeah, no, I need to burn some energy off, actually.
All right. I'll get breakfast going when you get back.
Yeah, when Bath's gone, Nya's going to fill in Kroll and Felix.
Yeah, Beth takes off at ridiculous speed because she never gets to use Peerless Athlete, so she just books it into the forest for a run.
Okay.
All right.
Don't suppose either of you guys have ever heard of someone called Carl?
Who?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Wasn't that like the fourth most common name in the galaxy?
Yeah, a lot of people call Carl.
Yeah.
No, it's just Bath's when they're in the void door, which is what I'm going to start calling that. They kept saying Carl.
Void door.
Suitably ominous name.
Yeah, when it was her watch, she sort of summoned a doorway, as far as I can tell, to some of her memories or something. Walked inside it, talked to someone called Carl, and then started crying.
Well, I mean, it's probably a very traumatic experience for her.
It was some sort of hallucination that's been programmed directly from her memories. This shit's happened to us before, but that must have touched something a particularly tender nerve. Hmm. Well, don't pry about it, all right? Because she's obviously very upset.
Yeah, don't wait for her to come back and be like, "So, who was that dude?" You know?
Yeah.
She does come back. She's got, I don't know, lots of sticks, lots of twigs. Because she's been punching stuff.
Been punching trees like Minecraft.
Yeah, she's been punching trees like Minecraft, and tosses them down to make a fire so we can have some breakfast.
Ooh,
Right.
roast crow today.
Well, I was going to eat the rations, not the crows.
Well, that's because you're not a cat.
Yeah.
Grooms.
What does that even mean?
Cats like birds.
Cats eat birds.
Guys, it seems like Dave is Pokemon on memories. I saw someone last night who I hadn't seen for a very long time, and there's no way that could just happen by magic. This feels like it's trying to get to us through our minds. Is there anything that happened to you guys? Did you not feel anything similar? Maybe some kind of, I don't know. Look at when we saw the Leica earlier. That's a memory we all share.
I had a bit of a headache, but I just thought I'd power through it, and I was fine. And then Kroll started floating.
Yeah, I had a headache as well, but I didn't have memories that were amplified for me. I just started getting dragged out the cave and then floating away.
Wait, hang on. Do you have a fear of floating in space with no...
Well, it's a very specific set of grievances, but yeah.
Okay.
Something I'm trying to avoid happening again, yes.
Yes, no, it's fine.
Alright.
Is the orb still pointing in the same direction, or?
Oh, right. She pulls it out and checks it.
It is pointing in a similar direction. It has moved a little bit, but it's like a very subtle moved.
Well, eat up. Let's get back in the chase.
Whatever happens, or all of you guys, whatever happens to you, it's a hallucination. It's been specifically designed to bring some sort of reaction about. It's very important that you don't follow the lights.
I make no promises.
Oh, Pandora doesn't say anything either.
Yeah, sure. No, I could understand that instruction.
Yeah. Although if they're in my memories, then we might all be in for a bad time.
Well, we don't know if these memories are tangible. Like, you can see them, yes, but can you touch them? Are they real?
Give me an intelligence roll, people.
I got a 4.
I got a 4. Get a 4.
I rolled a 16. What the fuck?
That's 4 4s.
Pan would be the only one who actually would have figured it out. These did have some tangible effects. It rained on you, you got wet, and you touched the door handle. It responded to your touch.
Yeah, but
So,
if you can avoid taking the bait, do that.
We should get going.
Yeah.
all right. Eat some breakfast, get yourself geared up, and make your way out back onto the forest, following the path. All right. I need someone who is brave enough to give me a percentile roll, please.
I'll do it.
Sure.
I'm good at rolls.
Sometimes.
We're all gonna die. 67.
Almost nice.
Almost nice indeed. As you guys are walking, feel a pressure in front of you. Like, as you remember, you stepped through those wards, you felt a pressure on you. What do? Do you want to continue forward through it, or do you want to stop?
Is the orb saying to go past this?
The orb is still pointing you straight through it.
Then, I'll keep moving.
I'm going to stop and have a look around at what could be causing this, if anything.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. 4. Yeah, he just shrugs and carries on, following Pan.
So you're all pushing on then?
Yeah.
All right. So you push on, and you feel the pressure building and building and building until suddenly it's gone. Whatever you went through, it's past you. But you notice something again. The trees are starting to part again. And as you're looking down, there's this beautiful grass. Like, it's beautifully green. Like, it's the kind of grass you see out in lawns and such. And as you keep stepping forward, you see fields of golden wheat ahead of you. What do you do?
Civilization.
Yeah, just continue on into the fields of wheat.
I don't suppose there's a captain standing in this wheat field anywhere.
There's a pathway. I assume you're all going to go on that path that goes through the wheat field?
Nyaz doing the thing where, you know Jurassic Park, the second one, where everyone's in the field of the long grass? Nyaz doing the thing where they're weaving in between the wheat strands, pretending to be a velociraptor.
Well, let's follow the orb. Which direction is the orb saying? Through the wheat?
It's going down that path.
All right. Yeah, I guess we follow the path then.
So you guys continue down the pathway that starts rising up like a hill where the wheat had stopped growing. And you guys keep climbing it up and up and up until finally you're at the top of this hill. Everyone give me perception check rolls, please.
Right. I'm at the top of a hill in inclement weather with nothing bad around me. I can't possibly not
15.
see something.
6.
6! Fuck you. Fuck you and your cat eyes.
Welcome to the 6 Club.
Mm-hmm.
Felix, you see what looks like a small farmhouse. You see some individuals moving around down there. The rest of you would soon notice that you hear something. It's coming from one of the fields. You see a farmer step out of the wheat field. He has a piece of wheat in his mouth and a farmer hat. He looks human with overalls. And he has a scythe on his shoulder.
Oh, it's not that fucking yokel again, is it?
He doesn't seem to acknowledge you as he's walking up the hill.
Guys,
Swear to God, if he asks us for a solar collector, I'm going to set him on fire.
there's a dude I don't recognise coming this way.
Well, that's the thing. Do we recognise him?
You do not recognize him.
Oh, she doesn't? Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's not who you thought it was.
Oh, good.
All right.
I genuinely have no clue what this is. But yeah, there's a guy coming this way and he's got some kind of overalls and he's eating some of the grass and got a hat made of the same grass.
Well, this is a medieval world. It's probably just a farmer.
Careful, guys. Got a pointy stick.
I think we can, just looking at my sword, I think we're okay.
Nobody mentions a farm in the middle of the forest. Is this another illusion?
I think it might be.
No.
Hold position. Let's see what he
Would
does.
it be weird to put a farm outside of the protective bubble of your runes?
Yeah, you'd have thought he's been eaten by undead by now.
Well, let's ask him.
Right.
So the guy, he doesn't seem to acknowledge that you're there. He just seems to keep looking forward as he's walking up to the hill.
Hey, mister!
He doesn't respond.
You in the hat!
Felix, hallucination.
Yeah, it is a hallucination, isn't it?
But whose hallucination?
As he gets to the top of the hill, everyone give me perception checks.
7.
6!
20.
20.
Fuck you.
Pandora, Felix, you have a sense of dread filling you. You don't know why, and you could see that his eyes are going wide. And you see a shadow. It is huge. Whatever the shadow is, it's starting to creep across the fields. And you're watching as the wheat is starting to wilt, as the shadow is slowly flying over. Felix, as radar, would recognize that it is some large vessel of spacefaring kind.
Oh, shit.
By now, you would all notice it and look up. You see a huge ship just flying overhead.
What the fuck is...
Guys, what the fuck is going on?
There's a ship.
It doesn't look like a normal cargo ship. Whatever its shadow touches, it seems to cause everything to wilt. Grass turns from brown to black.
I'm just going to start shouting at the farmer to get out of there.
He doesn't seem to respond to you. He's still in shock. And you see the shadow is moving towards the house.
Sorry, if he's in shock, he's not moving, and this shadow seems to be killing things on the way down, I've got to go get him.
Pan, it's not real, Pan.
Do we know that? If we don't know that, she can't watch a guy just die in front of her.
I mean, yeah.
So you're watching as the shadow keeps creeping and creeping towards the house. You see these two figures. Looks like a woman and a child. They're running from the shadow. As the shadow runs over the house, it just catches fire and starts falling apart. As these people are running towards the field, the shadow seems to follow them.
I'm going to dash down there. I don't know it's a mirage, and I'm just seeing two people running from something.
Pan, wait!
Child? I can't let them go there.
You run towards them. The farmer does the same, though he seems to be doing it of his own volition, not because of you doing it. You see the shadow getting closer and closer, and then you hear screaming before both of them turn to dust. The farmer cries out, and his head turns straight towards the ship, and the shadow is approaching him now. You see anger on his face. Give me a reflex save, Pandora, if you're right next to him.
3.
Right.
You feel the air just get, like you can hear it. It almost sounds like static building in the air. The farmer, you can see him like crouch down before he jumps up into the air. The lightning trailing behind him, and it sends you flying backwards as he's heading straight for the ship.
Okay, did not expect that to happen.
Wow. He can jump really high.
That's an interesting twist.
And you see him slam into the ship, and his form seems to disappear. And you see the ship just start sparking with lightning, green lightning dancing all over its hull.
Yeah, you go farmer guy, kick their ass.
And then the whole image starts to tear. It's like starting to glitch the living heck out of itself before trees just start erupting out of the ground, and you're back in the forest. The wheat's gone, the house, the burnt house, the shadow, all of it is gone. Even the ship that was in the sky is now gone.
Holy shit, that was awesome.
All right. Who has been watching too much anime?
Everyone has one look.
Looks at Ryder.
Where's Ryder in this?
Everyone in their pod rotates to face Ryder.
You're the one who watches too much anime.
Well,
That's true.
maybe. I don't remember that happening in any of them, though, because I don't know. Whose memory was that?
I don't know. It's
Don't
not.
look at me.
Yeah.
Beth comes back up the hill and says, I don't remember anything like that. I did mention earlier, I saw my, I guess you'd call him my father. I don't really want to get into it, but that's not something I remember.
Dude turned into lightning.
Wait, you saw your dad?
I didn't want to get into it, Ryder, rather. I'm just,
What?
Well,
I just said that.
Felix, that lightning, it's tickling a memory. You've seen that lightning color before.
Where?
I'll give you a hint. There was a squirrel involved.
Oh. What?
Slaps Felix. Snap out of it, man.
Well, one thing is just standing there like looking dumbfounded. And it's like, well, I guess we better keep moving.
it is time for Radar to wake the fuck up.
Guys,
What?
just forget it. No, just... I think that the lightning was the same kind of lightning I saw when I saw the magical squirrel smoking dope in that room.
That's,
Okay.
Again, you were just high, right? You've got that bag of crack.
No, I've not used... Oh, well, I tasted some last night, but I've not used the bag of crack.
You tasted some crack?
Felix, there's some missing from the bag. Are
We
you...
really need to talk about this.
There is, and I had some last night, and it gave me a little wee magical fireball, and that was it.
Right, and you can quit any time, right?
What is the relationship between all of what we just saw and your reaction just now?
So, I'm pretty sure I saw the same kind of spell effect from that dude we just saw there, that we all saw, and it wasn't the bag of crack, when I drank that vial of black potion, and it took me to that place, which was the spaceship, but with all the lightning and the squirrel that was had a hash pipe.
Excellent. I'm no clearer about any of that. Let's go follow the orb.
Yeah. Kroll's going to walk a little closer to Pan at this point, because tender memories.
As you guys are moving forward through the forest again, now that it's reformed around you, you happen to notice that there is gashes in the trees. It looks like a blade has been hitting them. And you notice that there's apparently a pattern. A few trees next one has a few gashes in it. Another tree has another gash in it. Are you going to follow that?
Do they concur with the orb?
Yeah.
Yes. You notice that they're starting to follow the orb.
I guess we go this way then.
For lack of better options, let's follow the weird slashes and the orb.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys get closer, you see blood on the ground.
Excellent. That's always a good sign.
It looks like there's been a fight. and there's a figure slumped over in a tree.
Is it human or humanoid?
It appears to be humanoid.
Is it an elf?
Well, we certainly know it's a figure. I'm gonna get closer.
All right, as you get up to it, you notice that they're wearing plate armor and a red tabard. It looks awfully familiar to that of Camp Hummingbird's markings.
Is it male or female?
It's female. She has blonde hair and pointy ears sticking out. You see that her blade has fallen to the side as she lays there on the tree.
Oh, she's dead?
Do you want to check?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
believe
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that
I mean, how fresh is the blood? Is it still dripping from things, or is it dried to?
You can see that there is caked blood.
Okay, so it
there.
happened a while ago.
Pan, suddenly she goes, what happened?
Oh, wait, stay still. You've been badly injured. 1 second. I'm gonna give her 5. No, I've just slept. I'll give her 7 HP.
You can see she winces a bit, but the gash in her side seems to have healed up. I don't know what happened. One minute I was fighting, it looks like a shambling horror, and all of a sudden I was attacked from behind. Tried to fight him off, but whoever it was fast to the blade. I just was barely able to fight him off, both of them.
I presume you're the captain, right? Captain Maya?
Captain Mayor, yes.
Oh, Captain Maya, yes. We've been sent from the camp. We're heading into the forest. We were told you could help us, but it looks like you could use our help right now. Can you stand?
Yes, I can. And she shakily gets back up on her feet.
I'm Pandora. These are my compatriots, Nia, Felix, and Kronik. What happened?
I was fighting a shambling horror. The undead usually don't pay attention to me. I don't know why, but this one did. And all of a sudden I was attacked from behind. Some elf, I think, was.
Were they wearing red robes by any chance?
I believe they were.
Did he look really evil?
What?
Nothing, never mind. That's fine. The point is, there seems to have been a... Do you know about the fellow called Zul?
I've only heard of him as a person who was helping the professor.
Unfortunately, since he turned on the professor, it's him that we're actually after.
Oh God.
Your camp has been attacked.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Were you close to the professor?
Not exactly, but he was helping me with my dreams, trying to figure out what they were and why would the undead not attack me.
Well, I suppose the bad news is he kind of got murdered by Zul. So...
Wow, you are bad at this now.
Yeah, good job.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to tell people that the friends are dead. She said
That's not what doctors do.
Anna.
Was turning back to camp when I was attacked. Why did you come and find me?
We need a guide. We're heading to the center of the forest to stop whatever is going on here.
You're heading to the city?
There's a
No,
city in the center forest?
There's a city in the center of the forest?
The Lost Elven City.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess we're going there. Damien said to come find you.
Well, I want to go there now.
It seems like a done thing.
If that man is heading for the city, and you see her reach over and grab her sword and pick it up, and she kind of uses it to help prop herself up.
Yeah, I'll help her up. What does she look like?
She's a half-elf human. She has somewhat pointed ears. She has blonde hair, fair skin. She's wearing plate armor. She has a tabard that has the symbol of Camp Hummingbird on it, same that you saw on the flags. She doesn't have a helmet or anything. She just has the plate mail for her body.
Okay.
She reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out a small disc. It's a very crude-looking compass, but you notice as she holds it, it starts spinning until it points suddenly in one direction. It points towards the heart of the forest.
Okay, so I want to have a look at her outfit because I think Radar described one of the people out in the forest that we saw first time who was eaten by Dave as having like modern starship uniform underneath their fantasy outfit.
All right, I'm going to need a perception roll, please, if you're going to that scrutiny.
Okay, I have rolled a 21 for perception.
That is a Almost perfect.
That's some good seeing, boy.
You don't see anything that sticks out as futuristic on her. You don't see a collar of a uniform. You don't see like any insignia that might indicate, hey, this might be not of a fantasy world. You don't see anything like that on her.
Okay. No, that's fine.
You also know that she has a great sword and a heavy crossbow as well.
Can you still fight?
I'm sure I can. Come, we should probably head on then. As much as I would like to go back to my men, I'm sure they will be all right without me.
Cuts back to her men being murdered.
Yeah, it cuts back to her men, like,
Slaughtered.
got them on the floor. Most of them are like injured or dead. Camps on fire.
Do you want to tell her that?
No,
No.
I'm lying through a mission.
All right. And I can't roll against that, so yeah. Well, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to be that evil. Anyway, she gets herself straightened back up, picks up her pack that fell to the side of one of the trees, and starts leading you on with the compass.
Sorry, what time of day is it at this point? Is it...
So you guys left the alcove in the morning. You found Captain Mayor towards the start of the afternoon, so it's afternoon time right now.
Okay.
Did you want to ask her anything or do anything before you guys start making your trip towards the center of the forest?
So, how much do you know about Zool anyway? Says Nya while grooming while walking.
Ugh.
Well, I only know just a bit from the professor, but he was a big fundraiser. He brought all sorts of money to the camp, and he's been mentioning that he's been quite interested in learning more about the history of the city. She goes on to explain that they've been doing experiments. There's been discussion about the relic of the glaive, that they believe that the glaive is calling for a new person, given how the sudden increase in activity of the undead have been, and that Mayor even reported that she's been having strange dreams of an elk and a boar, and that they wanted to test this experiment by having her go out into the forest. Because during her fights with the undead never seemed to actually attack her. They always seemed to go after her men, never her. Because she always would fight on the front lines.
Huh. So you're some kind of undead repellent.
Did we hear or read in the ancient texts that Dusk, the glaive, was at the bottom of a lake, like Excalibur style?
Give me an intelligence roll, please.
In-game?
Yep.
Oh no. That's a 0!
You don't remember, then, I'm afraid.
Kroll scratches his head.
Nya also read the text. However, she's also a dumbass, so let's see how this goes. 6!
Yeah.
6 for thinking.
It's more than me.
All you remember is glaive. That's it. You don't remember where it is, what it does, or where it's hiding.
While walking, Nya just goes, glaive! And then just keeps walking.
What? I'm having a lot of trouble thinking recently. I wonder if my character's doing this to me.
I do think that the aspects of our characters are starting to take over a little bit. It's hard to know where the player stops and the character begins sometimes.
We've been in the game for how many days now?
I'm not
2?
sure.
I can give you a estimate. You went in one day, you took a break, and you came back. You've been in for 3 days, and then it's actually been longer now. Anyway, you guys trying to remember the glaive. Captain Mayor looks at you when the cat says, glaive! It's like, yes? What about the glaive?
I don't know. What do you know about the glaive?
My mother told stories about it. It was a weapon of the great kings. Each elven king had held Dusk at one point. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Oh yeah, it was called Dusk, wasn't it?
Hmm.
Now I remember.
Do you know where it was rumoured to be? Where its last
Yep.
resting place was?
The story would go that it would be buried with the elven kings. So if it was to be anywhere, I would assume it would be where the resting place of the last king is.
Does that not seem a little bit of a bad idea, what with the dead coming back to life?
You have to realize that traditionally, the blade would always pass on to whoever it would call to next. And it was only after the last king did the city start having this problem.
I suppose traditionally the dead wouldn't come back to life either.
No. was after the plague that forced the elves to leave the city. We started seeing undead.
Yeah, I was making a mental note to steal that glaive.
What? Do some tomb robbing now?
It's not grave robbing; it's archaeology.
It belongs in a museum.
So as you guys are walking, how about all you give me a perception roll, please?
Oh lord. P is for perception.
That is a 19 for perception.
That is a 20 for perception. Haha! I see your 19 and raise you a 19 plus 1.
You all are pretty perceptive, and as you guys are moving along, you happen to notice the forest is changing again around you.
Carl's going to put his hand up for everyone to hold.
You stop. As you are looking around, it's almost imperceivable at first, but you notice that the trees are kind of melding together and changing colors as you guys are moving forward.
How is Captain Mayo responding to this?
After you guys had stopped, because I rolled her a perception, it was not exactly good. She looks and is like, huh. I had never seen the forest do this before. Then again, I haven't been in here for too long. And,
1 second, Captain Mule. This has happened before.
what do you mean it's happened before?
Just watch. Just watch.
All right.
I've
So-
got a bad feeling about this.
All right, you guys moving forward, or are you just going to stare at these trees that are slightly melded together?
So they're all just blurring slightly.
Yes.
As long as we can still follow the captain's compass, I say we keep moving.
The compass
they-
is telling you to go forward based on its needle.
Forward
Oh.
it is.
Fortune favours the bold.
All right, as you guys keep pushing forward, the trees become more and more blurred until turning black.
Oh boy.
But not like a dark, nasty black, but almost like a void kind of black.
Man to black.
And as you keep walking, the forest floor changes as well. Your feet start stepping on what's like almost tile, and soon the trees start parting. Given all your perception rolls, you hear water trickling down. As soon as you step around the next tree, you realize you're in a very familiar setting. You're in the lobby where you guys came into the game before, when you logged in the first time. You remember the fountain in the center, the tables that have a slight blue highlight to them. Except this time, there's actually individuals moving around inside here. Looks like waiters. Faceless, but
They're like mannequins.
yeah, they're like mannequins, faceless, but they're wearing bright white tuxedos with tails.
Stylish yet unnerving.
You notice that they're serving all sorts of individuals. They're all wearing space-age uniforms, these individuals. And they're all talking, laughing. Nya, you would be the one who would notice there's one individual that seems to stand out. When you guys were in the city of Tradeport, you remember seeing a hologram of him. It's the engineer.
He's supposed to be in real life, isn't he?
Supposed to be.
Wait, what's he doing here? I'm gonna wave to him.
He doesn't seem to notice you. This time he's wearing a black uniform with a gold collar. The other individual across from him is wearing another black uniform, except his collar is a teal color. The waiters seem to walk by you again. You're getting a feeling that this is probably another recording, another session, that they're not interacting with you.
Well, I mean, being ignored by waiters is nothing new.
Can we hear anything they're saying?
You would have to get closer. Would you like to get closer?
Yeah, I was gonna do some sneak.
Pandora just walk straight forward if this isn't real. So Nya can sneak what they want.
Oh yeah, they might not be real, but whatever's causing them to appear might be real.
Yeah, Kroll's gonna cautiously advance and probably draw one of his axes.
That's a 20 for stealth for Nya, who isn't going to draw any weapons, but is just going to get as close as they can to probably the engineer wearing the teal collar.
The engineer's wearing gold. The other person is wearing teal. You don't know who they are.
Oh, okay, so the other one's not an engineer.
Is there any reaction from the staff? I mean, like if we walk to them, do we walk through them, or do we bump into them but they don't notice us, or what?
They're physical, but they seem to ignore you when you bump into them.
Yeah, I think then Pandora's just kind of starts moving them out of the way as she walks towards this table to get a closer listen.
All right, as you get closer, you start hearing them talking. I'm telling you, the power draw that you are doing is unacceptable. Come now, Master Engineer. This is important. Me and Eve are so close. I don't want to hear it, Dave. Icarus, I'm telling you, we must let these simulations play out. It's for the good of the crew. I do not want to hear it. We have been drifting for God knows how long. I've been barely able to keep the engines online, and yet here you are with medical screwing around. Icarus, please. We have to do this. It's our directive. Dave, our directive, we failed. I don't think you understand. Listen, we're going to be approaching a new fuel source soon. I want you to end this stupid simulation that you've been running. It's not going to bring them back. You see the older gentleman with the teal collar bristle at this. It's like, but we're so close, Icarus. And you see the engineer stand up. I'm going to give you 24 hours, Dave. And that's it. Or I'm cutting your power supply.
Okay, so Icarus is wearing the gold collar, they're the engineer, and Dave is wearing the teal collar, and they're the one sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All of a sudden, you see the simulation start to twitch, and it seems like it's fast-forwarded. And Dave is sitting there at the table still. He looks tired, as he's just sitting there. And then you see this woman who comes up and sits across from him.
Are the automated waiters still wandering around?
One of them comes by and actually offers a drink to the lady, who takes it graciously.
Can I try and take one? I mean, if we can touch him, I can take a drink.
And the glass comes right off the tray. The waiter doesn't seem to mind you doing that.
Okay, so it's someone's recollection of a memory rather than an actual recording, if we can interact with it.
Yeah, we seem to have come into a space that, unlike the town, is someone's memory. Seems like it might be the engineer's memory, Dave's memory.
The lady smiles at Dave, and you could see that they reach out to hold hands for a moment. But before they could speak, the image again begins to tear, and all of a sudden, it's gone.
That's my drink.
What was the girl wearing?
A girl was wearing another space-age uniform. Her collar, however, was bright white.
Don't suppose she was wearing a name tag, was she?
Give me a perception roll. We'll do a post-roll.
That is 22 for perception. I'm getting better at seeing today. There's a nat 20 as well.
You were able to take a glance before the image starts glitching away back to the forest. You see that her name was Eve.
We've heard that name before.
Eve. So if she's in the simulation as well, would that make her Eve Online?
Oh my god, really?
I'll show myself out. Try the
God.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, a branch falls and tries to hit you on the head. It misses.
God damn it.
Yeah, so Dave had a girlfriend.
Dave was a living entity.
Yeah. So this raises a theory. So
does.
Dave wanted to keep the simulation running because presumably a lot of the crew were in long stasis and either dead or dying. Icarus didn't want that simulation to continue because he's using up too much power.
I'm wondering if this was a colony ship at one point, and then something happened to the crew, but their consciousness was still running within the game. And Dave was trying to run experiments to try and keep them alive digitally.
Random thing, Pan. In your hand, the drink's still there. It seems to be a clear, almost rosy colored liquid in a glass.
Well, that's hacks right there.
Why?
I guess so. Opens up, I guess.
It tastes like wine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? You got free wine. Why didn't I steal it?
She doesn't like it.
Missed opportunities.
What? Take. Throw it away, free wine.
Never had wine before that she can taste.
Meanwhile, Nya and V have both had wine before, so Nya's going to drink the rest of it if Pan doesn't want it.
Yeah, I guess man just hands it to Nya. He goes, well, maybe we should press on. Perhaps we'll learn more as we go.
This day's looking better already.
Captain, are you able to carry on?
Mayor looks a bit confused as the whole situation just went down. Just like, that was rather strange. Where were we?
I don't know how much is really prevalent to you. No offense.
So,
There's a lot of things at play here. Our main concern is getting safely through the forest and aiding you right now in finding Zul. However, if you at any point feel there's anything too much for you, just let us know. We'll kick up the slack.
Okay. Oh. I guess we better start moving. We're going to start losing daylight here soon. The forest gets way dark at night.
Yeah, we'll carry on. Actually, as we walk and talk, so Captain, what's it like? Being a guard captain.
It's a long story, but I have fought tooth and claw to be where I am. You have to realize the Elven Kingdoms were not exactly the most well-liked, for obvious reasons, of course, during the war against the Alliance. But my mother was one of the refugees from the city when the plague broke out. She met my father, who was a guard, and, well, they had me. And ever since then, I wanted to be, to prove myself, being a half-blood. Took a while before Tradeport and others started to be more accepting. I mean, Tradeport was the first to accept most of the refugees. Southern kingdoms weren't interested in helping the elves.
And you've risen up through all this on your own? You don't have any supporters?
Well, my father helped me to get into the guards, but after that, I've been making my own path. I took a position at Camp Hummingbird after the last captain passed away during a sally forth from the undead.
See.
I assume you're pressing on, or?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking while walking.
Okay.
She's asking her about herself and her life and stuff.
So you guys move on. Don't seem much more eventful, but it is getting darker and darker.
Is this normal dark or hallucinating dark?
It's getting towards the late part of the day now.
Nothing to worry about. This is regular dark.
Yeah, this is normal. Right. Do you think we should carry on at night, or should we set up camp again? Kroll says, clutching the rope on his hip. So it doesn't float away again.
I mean, I'd be up for pressing through the night, because we want to get there as soon as possible at this point, unless people need to rest.
Well, it would be probably wise if we do rest, because we don't want to be tired fighting Zul. At least I don't want.
I wouldn't mind getting back some spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose we can camp out for the night.
All right. All of you give me perception rolls, because you're trying to find a campsite.
P is for perception. That is 10 for perception, because it's dark and I'm tired.
It's a 7.
3.
22. There's one.
Felix, you point out a defensible position. You see some trees had fallen over, and it makes a kind of fortified position where you at least will have one side well defended, and the other sides you can bottleneck in case something attempts to attack you during the night. You could set camp there. You're pretty sure that you'd be protected.
How did I not notice this obvious enclave?
It's like right here. I'm surprised nobody saw it.
I still don't see it.
It's Crank, your other left.
Oh! Yeah, let's set up there.
Who's going to take the watches?
Dibs first watch.
Oh, okay.
Felix first.
I'll take last watch.
Cat last.
I'll take second again.
And if anyone wakes me up this time for anything other than our imminent death, then they're getting cat claws to face. Just saying.
I mean, you're going to have to wake up for weird things every now and again now.
Like, fuck I am.
That's just how this is.
All right. Captain Mayor, seeing that you guys already have chosen your watches, has no complaints. She'll take a spot by...
Oh, yeah, is she doing the watch?
Well, you guys already jumped ahead, but she has no
Oh, okay.
complaints with you because she looks tired and still a bit wounded.
Yeah, I suppose she needs to rest out the most after being mauled by evil elf.
Everyone starts settling down, puts out their bedrolls. Do you want to set a fire tonight, or do you want to do torches? Do you want to do just pure dark?
Nya is going to climb a tree and sleep in a tree to minimize the chance of people trying to wake her up.
Then everybody else gets to enjoy a fire rather than a tree.
All right, so you have a fire.
Do you want me to roll for that or
For fire?
for acrobatics?
He'll need to do acrobatics. The cat will.
17. Going in my tree.
Yeah, you got in the tree.
Just disappears into the foliage and curls up.
All right. Cat is in the tree.
Going to have an undisturbed, beautiful night's sleep, and nothing is going to go weird or wrong. Glares at the sky as if daring it.
It glares at the nearby crow.
Your move, Dave, you fucker.
On that
You're going to
fact,
sleep. You're going to like it.
you hear a caw,
Yeah.
but it's a distant caw.
I twitch.
Anyway, so as everyone's settling down, Cat's sleeping in a tree. Felix, you are the first one to be on watch.
Yes.
I need a perception roll for you, please.
Perception. 18.
So as everyone's falling asleep, you're taking camp watch. Actually, I should ask, where are you sitting? Are you sitting by the fire? Are you sitting away from the fire near the choke point?
Yes, away from the fire, in some shadow somewhere, being all stealthy and shit.
All right, so your night vision will trigger, so you'll be able to see, and then nothing but grays. Tonight, though, you notice that the wisps are not out. They aren't dancing on the trees. It's dark, like suppressively dark, but your night visions allow you to see just fine, other than in grays. So you're looking about, and it's subtle at first, but
Oh, no.
the darkness is getting even more dark. Even your night vision's having trouble pushing through it. It's like a creeping darkness coming towards you.
Huh, like a shadow.
No, it's like a wave it's slowly moving towards you. Like it's ebbing at the edges. Like you see this tree, and all of a sudden it's consumed in this dark and black.
I'm going to move back towards the fire and go and stand next to Nya.
Yeah, I was in a tree.
Nya's up a tree.
Oh, shit.
In fact, she specifically climbed a tree to avoid this.
I'm asleep next to the fire.
I'm going to throw something at Nya.
Wake someone else up!
No, somebody made a threat. I want to see if they're going to make good on it.
Roll to hit, I guess. That'd be
Fuck's sake.
What are you throwing, actually? I should ask. Are you throwing a rock, or are you throwing what?
Oh, just a bit of dirt or a log or something. I don't know.
A log!
Maybe just tip over the whole tree. I don't know. Do you want a dex roll? Whoops.
Yeah, just
15.
roll will be fine. And Cat has...
Is
Take a look at
asleep.
there. Yeah, but you actually meet their armor class.
Yay.
Yeah, you feel something hit you in the belly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
There's a thing. He points at the encroaching darkness.
Fuck you and your thing.
Well, you're up a tree and it's starting to climb up the tree, so you might want to get down.
Well, I'm going to lazily look off my branch to see if anything's climbing up the tree.
Yeah, for you, you have night vision, right? Yes.
Yeah. Cat vision.
Dark vision, yeah. You're looking around. You don't see anything approaching. You don't see this shit. You don't see this pressing darkness.
There's literally nothing there. What are you looking at? Why do you always wake me up?
All right, just fucking watch me. And then Felix is just going to walk towards where he thought the darkness was.
Felix, as you get closer, you hear whispering.
And now there's whispering.
Yeah, I was going to begrudgingly climb down the tree.
All right. Yeah, you climb down the tree. You going to join Felix then?
Yes.
All right. As you
Never
get closer,
get decent night's sleep.
your night vision now starts to show something approaching. As you get closer to Felix, now you see the wave of darkness starting to approach, and you hear these whispers. They sound incoherent.
Fuck my life.
See,
Okay, fine, there is something, but I could have just slept and avoided it. I blame you for this.
yes, I'm the one doing the dark shadows and the whispering. That's me.
Definitely.
Yes, totally. 100%. I'm that
gonna-
good.
I'm gonna pick up a rock or something and lob it into the darkness.
Roll to hit. It'd be dexterity.
Don't even know what I'm throwing it at. I'm just throwing it at the dark. 20. Oh, this is
Whatever it is, you crit it.
You cast magic missile into the darkness.
You throw a rock, it hits Dave square in his processing unit. He explodes, and we're released from the game, winning the roleplay.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. Well, the rock goes in, and you hear a thud, but you're not sure what it hit, who it hit, what have you. It didn't even make a noise back at you, but the whispers are getting more insistent as this wave is coming closer and closer to you. It's about now 10 feet away from you.
Just look at Felix.
Well, Cat Brain, what do we do?
What the fuck do I know? I threw a rock at it. I'm out of ideas.
Really? That was your idea?
We could throw another rock at it.
Yeah, go on then, throw another rock at it.
Actually, you know what? Nya's going to take her torch and, like, poke the lit end of it into the darkness.
As you do that, the fire spitters and sputters and then goes out.
Well, that's
Smooth.
ominous. I vote we turn around and ignore it. And also, I get to go back up my tree and go back to bed.
5 feet.
Fine. Nya steps into the darkness. But just before she's entirely in the darkness, she's going to grab Felix and yank him in as well. If I have to deal with this bullshit, you have to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
All right. All of a sudden, you go in. The whispers are now very loud. It's almost like there's a crowd moving around you talking, but it's completely incoherent. And as you're walking in, it's just pure darkness. You can't even see past your nose. That's how dark it is. Both of you give me perception rolls, real quick.
I perceive at 21.
16.
Wow, your perception is really good today.
Yeah, we're on point this night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be the first to notice this. Eyes. 2 pair of eyes in the darkness. And then Felix. One of the eyes sends a chill down your spine. You've seen this eye countless times. You see it every time you go to the bathroom and look in the mirror.
I shoot it.
That was going to go weird for a second.
Yep.
Roll me to hit.
Wait, what the?
And I'll shoot it with the other shot as well. 15 is the highest.
Oh, Felix, what the fuck?
You hear a thunk as the 15 meets its mark. There's no sound. There's no...
Should I be shooting at this?
Yes, I think we should be shooting at these now.
We don't even know what they are.
Well, let's not find out. Let's examine them when they're dead.
All of a sudden, the darkness pulls back, and a bright white light flash, like a spotlight.
Oh, yes, this is
Standing-
much better.
Standing before you is radar.
I shoot it.
There's something extremely wrong with this radar.
I shoot it again.
The fur and armor is dyed black. The eyes are glowing red. He's smiling. And you know your teeth. Those are not your teeth. They are sharp as daggers.
Oh,
And
man, I
it's
got such
grinning
teeth.
evilly at you.
Vader, is this your evil twin?
You ready for the dark radar fight?
Yeah, right. It's this alternate universe radar.
Fucking. Well, here's Nega Radar.
Yeah, I've had enough of this game already. Let's just kill him.
I've always wanted to shoot you in the face, so.
Do you know what? Me too.
All right. So you're going to take another shot at it? It doesn't seem to be approaching you. It's just grinning at you evilly.
Yeah, I don't trust that at all, so that's getting more crossbow.
Yeah.
Except when that happens.
Or.
All that.
Yeah.
Both of those miss.
I've got my offhand shot as well.
Don't try and stab him, he'll jump up on your sword.
Wow. I am not allowed to hit myself, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently, evil radar is very hard to kill. or either
Evil
hit or
Raider
perceive.
fucking with my crossbows, and that's not acceptable.
Well, this isn't working. Evil Radar, what do you want? Yells Nya.
All of a sudden, its mouth slightly opens. No hope. No escape.
Oh, Felix just rolls his eyes.
And then you're plunged back in the darkness.
Bye, Evil Radar.
No,
And-
yeah, we're not friends with him.
And then the two red eyes disappear.
Oh, that was weird as fuck. We're going to have a long discussion about your psyche later.
And then that's when the darkness starts to pull back and you're able to start seeing in grays again, the forest.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have a talk to Baphomet about maybe getting sort of up in here and just having a sort of a route around and see if there's any kind of trauma.
I'm getting the feeling there might be some.
Before we were getting here, I was having some trouble with the good old robo arm wigging out occasionally. So, yeah, when we're done here, I'll ask Bath to have a look.
Well, I'm going back to my tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and have a good long hard stare into the fire.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yep.
24
Right.
to get back in my tree.
Cat
Also-
is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yep.
No, fuck that.
Oi, you! We don't speak of this to anyone until I talk to
Fine.
Bath about it later.
Yeah, I've already forgotten what happened.
Brilliant.
Nya winks at you.
You got a friend in me.
Proceed to throw logs.
Radar is deeply broken.
Oh, so broken. You have no
Says
idea.
Nya to themselves as they get back in the tree.
All right, Felix, you go back and stare at the fire then for the rest of the night.
Yeah, with his head in his hands. He probably lets the next watcher sleep an extra bit because he's just so absorbed in it.
All right,
Who's the next watch?
that would be Kroll.
Wakes up Kroll. Oi, Lizard, it's your turn.
Kroll kind of rolls over, does a big crocodilian yawn, and sort of stretches and gets up. So it's my turn already then.
Yep.
Anything eventful happen while I was asleep?
So much. So much.
Really?
Yeah. Good night.
What? No, Felix, what happened?
What? Oh, yeah, it was nothing.
What do you mean it was nothing?
Just some deep inner turmoil rearing its head.
Alright. Anything you want to talk about?
Not here and not in this game.
Alright. I guess we are being watched.
Yeah. And also we're having our
All right, then.
memories rooted through, or our psyches examined. So, you know,
Well, I think that's going to happen regardless. We don't have much of a choice of that from what I've seen.
yes. Anyway, enjoy your watch. Good night.
Alright, sleep tight, buddy.
He's literally just
All right.
collapsed around the fire, just there, just in a heap.
Yeah, Kroll's going to sit by the fire because he doesn't have dark vision. So he'll keep an
Alright.
eye on the darkness.
Why do
Give
we
me a
put you
perception
on
roll.
watch at night? You're the only person who doesn't have it.
Correct!
No, Pandora doesn't have it either. Dragonborn don't have dark
Oh, I
vision.
thought Dragonborn had
That's
it.
why he's staying by the fire.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Let's try
perception of 13.
All right.
It's night.
Kroll. The night goes by. Your watch is uneventful. You don't hear anything. It's quiet. There's not even crickets. You just hear the soft snoring of your compatriots. You don't see anything try to come through that gap. So, yeah, your watch goes quiet. And it'll be soon the cat's turn.
Like bacon.
Right.
Nya thinks that getting up early should have counted as their watch.
Alright, when it's Nia's turn, Kroll's going to sort of very delicately tap on the side of their tree, which sends reverberations up through it.
The tree breaks.
Nya drops a log on you. No, Nya's gonna grumpily rouse and then slink down the tree again. Anything happen over the night?
No, complete silence. I don't trust it. It's too quiet.
Well, that makes a nice change.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway.
Okay, well, sleep well.
Thanks, buddy.
Nya's gonna pick up a little lump of wood and start carving out a "Do Not Disturb" sign with their dagger.
All right.
But it's written in
Listen,
cat.
that's what if anything happens, give me a nudge, all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, be on your guard. Some shadow, and Kroll pulls his helmet down over his eyes, goes to sleep.
Yeah.
All
Nya's
right.
going to slink past the fire. They're going to sit in the darkness because dark vision.
Sounds good to me.
Casually carving out their do not disturb sign.
All right, give me a perception roll, please.
P is for perception. 19 for seeing.
As you're whittling away, you happen to glance up at one point. And you think you saw a shape, but it disappears behind a tree.
Eyes narrow.
What do you want to do?
Nothing yet, but Nya's on their guard now. The dagger doesn't stray far from their hand as they whittle out their very intricate, nicely carved, three-dimensional do not disturb sign.
And at that point, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Widom, nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
You feel something, a tingling over your fur, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" You don't know what it was, but
My cat senses tingling.
whatever it was, it's gone. The tingling happens and then it's gone.
Ugh. Nya puts one hand to their rapier and starts scanning the darkness.
All right, give me another perception roll, please.
It's 19 for perception. I'm doing very well today.
19.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone's rolling pretty darn well, and I'm happy about that. You see the shadow. It's starting between the trees again. Whatever it is, it's large.
Deep inhale. Nya begrudgingly gets to their feet and starts sneak prowling towards where the shadow was.
All right, give me a stealth check, please.
That's 11 for stealth, though. I suppose they're backlit by the fire, so it's hard to...
Hard to sneak.
As you try to sneak up on the shadow, you come up to it. Are you trying to get up to it and see what it is, or are you just trying to...
Yeah, I want to get up to it. Not like directly face to face, but close enough to get a better view of exactly what it is.
All right, so you sneak and sneak, and as you're peeking around a tree, you see a rather large form. You can't make it out. It's kind of, even with your dark vision, it's kind of nebulous looking. And all of a sudden, it locks eyes on you. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
19 for wisdom save.
All right.
Wow.
Again, you feel the
Look at that.
tingling.
Can we just appreciate for the Nya's last 5 rolls 19, 20, 19, 11.
Yeah,
19.
look at all these.
Yeah, man.
Man, this is
Jabs
really
and cat.
All right.
Oh, God. Really?
You could see it raise its hand at you, and you feel the tingling again. But again, that's all you feel. It looks rather unhappy about the fact that you are resisting it.
Nya looks unhappy back at it. Nya could have had a sleep. They could have, like, you know what? Fuck you, random shadow. Nya gives it the middle finger and then, like, throws the do not disturb sign at it.
Now you're thinking, Ryder.
Give me a dex throw, just raw dex.
13 for Dex.
Your sign flies at it, and it hits with a soft thwack. This thing is not happy, and you can see that it growls and hisses at you.
I hiss back. Yeah, 2 can do that, Shadow. Why don't you just fuck off, Dave? Playing your stupid game. I'm in here in the forest, got no vodka in my IV, almost run out of dead crows, and I'm having to deal with this bullshit instead of sleeping. I'm going to march right up to it, and Nyaz done.
Oh, God.
All right, give me one more wisdom saving throw.
I am not a clever feline. 16!
Yes, you are.
All right, it does it one more time, and you feel the tingle. This time, however, it gets a little purchase on you. You feel yourself floating a little bit, but you're still able to move forward.
Not clever, but very stubborn.
Yeah, what's it wearing? Can I see anything more of it?
All right, as you get close to it, you see that it's wearing robes. It's a figure that is cloaked in, robes. It's got black armor under it. Its face you can barely see, but you can see that it's got golden glowing eyes, and it's glaring at you.
Is it close enough to touch?
Well, yeah, since you marched right up to it.
Grab it by the scruff of the fucking cloak.
All right. Give me... Oh, that's a grab, so
All the rolls.
Sheesh, since that's going to be a grab, it's going to be a strength roll. So you're going to have to roll me some strength, buddy boy. If you're going to try and are you going to try and grapple him, or are you just grabbing him by his?
I'm just
Go.
grabbing the scruff of his thing, just like yanking.
All right, just give me another raw dexterity because you're just trying to be quick and grab him.
Raw dex. That is 7.
He
Ooh.
sees it coming and he steps away from you.
Hmm.
Probably a little off kilter a bit because all of a sudden you're like, I'm walking up, my feet have suddenly left the ground. You're
Ugh.
just tiptoeing.
Right, let's get this over with. What the fuck do you want, random strange clothes creature? Yeah, makes the gesture at it.
To see the truth.
That's maddeningly unhelpful.
It looks up into the sky.
Yeah, looks up as well.
Actually, give me a perception check real quick.
P is for perception. 4, Christ.
You see
Apparently,
nothing.
I can see really well as long as they're not looking
Yeah.
up.
You used up all your good perception rolls.
Like a
on
dog.
Not doing this.
He sees you struggling. He reaches out and grabs you hard.
Ugh.
As he grabs you, you feel the energy coursing through you, and then he just yeets you into the air, and you start flying like a bullet into the sky. As you watch the forest fade under you quickly, you realize you're heading straight for space. Like you are just a rocket. You don't feel any ill effects. As you get up and up and up, you start seeing what looks like a cigar shape at first. But then it grows larger and larger and larger and larger as you are just zooming right straight for it. You've seen this before. With the farmer, there was a shadow of a ship. It's the same ship. Give me another perception roll as you're just zooming right towards it.
P is for perception. Right, Niaz going from 100% pissed off to about 80% pissed off, 20% curious, and that's a perception of 13.
All right. I'm also going to need you to give me an engineering or piloting roll from Starfinder, please.
So I'm going to go with engineering because V is very good at that.
All right.
That's a plus 15 for V, so 22 for engineering.
All right. You know spaceships in and out pretty well. But this one is massive. On your understanding of this is probably a capital class ship, if not bigger than a capital class ship. And as you're looking at it, you're just zooming towards it. And soon, all of a sudden, you feel yourself slowing down as you get closer and closer to it. This ship, it's old. It's got pock marks all over its hull. Like, it's been in fights. It's been beaten up, been hit by things. You can see that some of the hull is cracked. There are cracked windows. There's damage across the hull. Its engines, some of them are not working. They're sputtering. As you're looking at it, you can also see what looks like a greenhouse on parts of it. But instead of like seeing luscious green and such in it, it looks like gnarly roots have grown over the windows. There seem to be cracks in the glass where it was. And you know, space class, they're supposed to be really strong to take and wax. Given the fact that these have been damaged, you can tell that this ship has been through a lot. And you're looking over it. You see writing on the side of the ship. You can't make it out because it's in a language that you don't understand, but someone else has etched something above them and spray painted over it. It says the word Providence in common.
Interesting. Are the glowing eyes still hanging around, or are they still back like down on?
You didn't see the thing follow you or anything. You're just in space right now.
Yep, just chilling out in space with the big fucked spaceship.
And then you're starting. Do you want to look for anything in particular before?
Can I still do my arm camera, or did that die when everything else related to the UI was?
You can
shut
try
down
if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
As you flip your wrist, you do get a camera.
I'm going to try and photograph the ship and make sure that I've got in shot the writing that I can't read, which has been Providence sprayed near it.
All right, so you take pictures of this.
Is this ship just chilling? And
it seems to be in orbit. It seems to be just chilling.
All right, and it's just orbiting an planet. Do I recognize the planet as a system world, or
It's a green marble. You can't tell. And you look around, you see a moon. Also, the ship is in between the orbit of the moon and the planet, so it's in close geosync orbit.
and it's still running. It's damaged, but the engines are still firing. There's lights on.
You see the engines are still sputtering, like stabilizing. But you can also see that the big engines in the back, only a few of them are firing. Like the others look damaged. And that's, as you are finishing up your pictures, you start feeling yourself falling. Yeah, and you are falling faster and faster and faster, and everything's starting to rush towards you.
Well, if there's ever a good time to be a cat, it's right now.
Deploy feet.
As you are coming almost crashing through the trees, you raise your arms like, oh shit, here it goes. And all of a sudden, you feel something just stop you. Like all momentum has stopped. And you slowly open your eyes and you realize you're about an inch off the ground. Thud. You fall back onto the ground.
Is Gold Eyes hung around again, or is he?
He's gone.
Oh. Interesting. I'm going to bring up my wrist UI again and have a look at that writing.
Okay.
Can I bring up those pictures again, or have they been deleted?
Yes,
or...
you can see the pictures.
I'm going to take that bit of wood that I lobbed, that I was carving into a do not disturb sign. I'm going to turn it over. And on the other side of it, I'm going to try and copy out the writing that I couldn't read on the side of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Just for later. So that's Nyaz's evening project now.
You return back to your watch. You start carving away at the word, looking at your wrist, carve, wrist, carve. Rest of the night goes by quietly. Wherever Golden Eyes went, he's gone now. You haven't heard or seen him. All right, that's where we're going to leave off.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, all the regulars, and be sure to check out our Twitter for updates. That's at CosmopunkPod. And if you like what you're hearing, give us a good rating on iTunes. Maybe come and let us know on the Discord server. Link in the description. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be seeing you in 2 weeks. Till then, shoot straight and roll high.